Hello and welcome everyone. Thank you for being here. Today we're going to read a little bit from the Hermes Trismegistus book. If you feel it, then you know where you are on your path. And if you're still trying to read it with the left brain, then you know that you should be applying more of what you are learning. Because experience is the storage of your soul to the essence of the divine. If you don't, then basically a bunch of words gonna be stored in the left brain, which does not ascend the soul, versus applying and you going further and you soaring through the cosmos. And this is an absolutely amazing part. So here we go. Indeed, if we have to speak the truth boldly, the true man is above the gods, or at least fully their equal in power. Not one of the heavenly gods will leave the boundaries of heaven and come down to earth, but man ascends to heaven and measures it, and he knows the high from the low, and he understands all the other things there exactly. And even more amazing, he ascends while not leaving the earth. So great is his range. Thus, one may say that man on earth is a mortal god, and that the heavenly God is an immortal man. Therefore, everything is controlled by these two, man and the cosmos, but all is from the one. This is absolutely incredible, and I truly appreciate this masterpiece. There are different teachings, there are different sciences in the learning of the ancient cosmic, divine truths, understandings. But because the divine is within your DNA, one may say that they don't have to seek anywhere externally, because Hermes wouldn't be able to write that unless he felt it and understood that himself. So if he had that within him, that made such a great masterpiece for the next generations and the generations to come, then so do you. Cosmos, or let's say celestial bodies, because of the rules of magnetic and atmospheric and whatever ever on those planets, even within our own solar system, they're bound by those rules. If something goes slightly different when the planet goes retrograde, whether it's in your sign or not, whenever the moon has its own cycles, the earth is going through her evolution, you feel it. If you have a ruling planet, there's a possibility that that planet is more ancient than you, and it's maybe above you in the sense that it carries knowledge that you need. It's not gonna leave its boundaries for many reasons. Nor will other beings that are not planets. Frequency-wise, they're not gonna downgrade themselves. Just like you could be in a peaceful community and it gives you freedom to exercise your speech, yoga, veganism, and whatever else you want to do. That's one frequency. You would never voluntarily want to go into a war zone because it is a lower vibration. Now think of the gods. You see them as observers. They will only do what they can do within their own protocols, so to speak, per timeline, per karma, per celestial connection to the earth and its inhabitants. The man the human, is ascending. Linearly speaking, let's say, goes up. Frequency up, or more expanding. Understanding cosmos, its place in the cosmos, its place on the planet Earth in the cosmos. The human, having gone through infancy, childhood, adolescence, adult years, older years, goes through these to see the highs and the lows. So the man ascends to heaven. You can see it in different ways. Anything from experiencing soul merge, where in the physical, within the body, it expands so high, where it can bring in, embody the angelic frequency, the Akashic record imprint, remote viewing, alchemy, cosmic knowledge, and so on. Now, embodying that is human ascending. So the human will see the low, the high, and the human will understand exactly their differences. And the coolest thing, why is it that this planet is the hardest to dwell on in this solar system, or in this galaxy, perhaps even in this universe? This is why, if you can make it within the body, you go far, far. This is what he means when he says he ascends while not leaving the earth. So great is his range. Imagine having ability while everybody is going through different buildings, let's say daycare, pre-K, kindergarten, elementary, middle school, high school, college, all those different buildings, and let's say each of them would be different planets or different systems. Imagine that there is one planet that can host all of these, spiritually speaking, and coming in as a human, you have this opportunity to do all of that. So whenever you think low of yourself as a human, or look down upon yourself as a human, think again and again, because there's a reason why they say this is the toughest place, but at the same time the soul evolves faster, because you can accomplish the most in the least amount of time per lifetime. In each lifetime, timelines of things to evolve to, from. You may even jump timelines. It is like skipping grades. The only way you do that is becoming equipped so much with the, biblically speaking, armor of God. This is through experience, never knowledge in the left brain. That is you on your path. So how beautiful. Thus one may say that man on earth is a mortal God, and that the heavenly God is an immortal man. Exactly like in the Bible, and even Jesus mentioned that. Don't you remember you've been told, ye are gods? So there. Acknowledge that. Congratulate yourselves just for being that. There's much this word manifest, but nobody talks about acknowledging. So when you manifest something, don't try to get something more and more before you relax and congratulate yourself first that you were able to manifest. Don't try to compete. Don't try to rush. It is your life. It is your soul's life. It has timelines. It's like a territory of frequency. It has nothing to do with linear time, though. It translates in a linear time living on planet Earth. An example would be, this is very common for someone who is seeking quote-unquote truth. Very common. Marriage, couple, that accumulated assets, that have children, and let's say after a couple of decades, they realize they are not doing well. They just not clicking anymore. Usually it would be one to realize that more than the other. Whenever this realization happens, there's going to be a timeline when to make an action. So it is like being at the fork road of either staying and almost like in grief of unhappiness, and the other would be everybody goes their way, so moving on. There's going to be a timeline per frequency, because every day opportunities or synchronicities or events or words or the other person's attitudes or your own reactions, feelings will let you know. Anything from I think this is not working out to oh crap, this is it. Whenever the person reaches to that point, oh crap, it's not gonna work out anymore, it's a knowing. You can't deny it. The longer they stay, the more they feel like they're losing life force. And that's because they passed the timeline. So it's not like you have a month or 2 months or a year. It's in the frequency of the knowing, should I stay or should I go, of making a final decision and acting on it. It can go into sub and subtopic of, well, what about separation but not paper-wise? Yeah, that's not gonna work either. Meaning, because of the third dimensional reality, whatever applies to it, if the body is in the third dimensional reality, it has to follow up with what applies to the third dimensional reality. Papers are gonna be almost like unfinished business. So this is just an example. The same thing would be with work. You will always know it's like reaching a stupor. Work just doesn't work. And either there's got to be change of position, change of schedule, or completely looking for work in the other area. Every time you're reaching the end, why does it feel heavy, scary? Because it's a part of karmic baggage. It is very difficult to drop the baggage when on a soul level the being has been identifying with it, not only for decades in this lifetime, but perhaps for decades in the previous and the other lifetimes, totaling hundreds and hundreds of years. You know whatever is your baggage. It could be relationship, could be work, could be being pushed around, could be addictions, it could be absolutely anything. So imagine that every time you pass, you graduate, you're entering a new timeline, and you do this more and more. Eventually you will learn your formula, and you may even jump timelines if you're lucky. By the time you experience soul merge, you will have that great range of knowing the high from the low, ascending while not leaving the earth. This is why you are a mortal god. And the next sentence. Therefore, everything is controlled by these two, man and the cosmos. You cannot run from the cosmos. The kingdom of heaven is within and without. It's both dancing together. The cosmos is ever expanding. Per souls, per cosmic evolutionary cycles, there is always the outer. The man cannot evolve without the cosmos. And the last one. But all is from the one source, power, Father, Abba. That's it. You can zoom in all the way to the inhabitant on the earth, or you can zoom out to see the whole creation from the eyes of Abba. It is all one. When you go in, it is man. When you go out, you see Abba. The human is divine. Human is divine. Say that to yourself. Be proud of the fact that you're human. And like in one of the channel messages that I did, Gaia said, human, be humane. When you reach humane aspect within you, you will see your soul. It cannot evolve without understanding what it means to be human. That's what it chose. That's why you are human. Because it needs that. So be proud. If you have problems with your body, then work on that. But don't blame being human because of your body. It's your vehicle. Take care of it. Do something for it. But don't blame the body or the whole story and saying that it's because of being human. Not at all. And also remember that you are a part of humanity. And humanity is also accountable to take care of themselves as individuals and being nice to one another. Whether it's helping in the community, or opening the door for someone, or helping someone cross the street, or cooking for someone, it's anything. And coming together as a collective is something that we need. And as much as possible, pray for everyone. The source has a lot of patience. So do your due diligence and study, research. Most importantly, apply what you learn. And when something doesn't work, either put it aside and try it later, or that simply means it's not for you. But now would be a good time to remember God. There's so much to discover, there's so much to learn we can't even imagine. And this is the fantastic truth of what God is. That no matter how much we learn, no matter how much we evolve, there's so much more out there. And this is incredible. We are invited. Everyone is invited to partake from that. And whatever it takes, do it. Because whom are you doing it for? You. Your own life. Your soul's life. If there is anything worth jeopardizing your soul's path, ... You finish that sentence. But if there is nothing that is worth jeopardizing evolution of your soul, then cheers. I wish you so much peace, love, understanding of self, connection to the divine. Namaste.